Hi everyone. So Saranya is an PGPX IIM Kolkata alumni with 10 plus years of experience. He currently manages two global programs with Amazon's Visa team for EU7 countries. Prior to that, he worked with Decathlon, PwC, and started his own e-commerce startup, saltandsoap.com. So he is one of the most active mentors of GoPracket. In GoPracket is a personalized career mentoring platform. Here we have worked with more than 5,000 students and with 10,000 plus mentoring hours. So also we have worked with top B schools in the country like IMA, B, C, L, and many more to help the students to perform better in the recruitment process. And we have more than 350 plus mentors in our platform, out of whom Saranya is one of the most active ones. So Saranya, thank you for agreeing to conduct this seminar, and please proceed.
So first 15 minutes, I'll be spending how to get shortlisted. Then we'll be spending good 30 minutes how to crack the interview of Amazon. Okay. And this shortlisted part would be much kind of similar for any other company, not only Amazon. We'll be learning about few tricks or few hacks which we can apply on LinkedIn, and we can also see how we can get connected with hiring manager. Okay, so this part would be say 15 minutes, and then 30 minutes after shortlisted, how we will be preparing. Okay, first thing is that which are the right sources to get the job. Yes, LinkedIn jobs. This is a very good source to get the LinkedIn. Any kind of Amazon job openings, it's there. Also, Amazon career page is also a very good source to know about the new jobs which are available for Amazon. But Amazon jobs or LinkedIn jobs are not good platform to apply without any referral, as I already mentioned. I haven't seen I am jobs, Naukri or Glassdoor doing really good in these terms. To be honest, I personally prefer LinkedIn or Amazon Career to source about or to know about new different type of jobs which are coming out. Okay, now so how to get how to apply them, then I know that this is a particular job opening on LinkedIn, how to apply on that. Before that, I would tell how to reach to the particular person whom you would be asking for Amazon. Say within that person is within Amazon only, and you would be asking for a say help to get referred. Okay, so right now the first tool probably I will use. I'll open my LinkedIn profile. Give me 1 minute. Yep. So if you can see my LinkedIn profile, say this would be my LinkedIn profile. What you do, you use the search, right? You use the search button, and if you this would be your search button. You can see these are the top search filters. Here you can see lot of say additional filter. I am a premium member at this moment, so I get bit more filters, and the results are much higher for me. So this one is a kind of caveat. You can use Amazon, LinkedIn Premium. It is ROI, means its ROI is really high. So how to use? Say I search program manager. Say I will take my own example here. Program manager in PayPal. Okay. Now, if I search here for say current companies is Amazon, see you will be lot of results. See, for me it's almost 40,000 results. Correct. So out of that, you can see lot of program managers are technical program managers, right? Which are not very kind of my profile. I would not be very much interested on getting into technical program management. Then how to kind of filter it out. So for you guys who are not premium, you will see maximum 9 or 10 results here, not more than that. Even out of these 40,000, there would be say at least 30,000 or 25,000 would be technical program manager. How to kind of remove those? So one problem with filters, in the native filters in Amazon, in LinkedIn is you can't remove. See, you can filter, but you can't remove a particular term, like the technical. Okay, so for that, this would be my first hack, which I use regularly, and it's absolutely effective. You know about Boolean string, right? We all are probably we have learned this somewhere in our colleges. So even here in LinkedIn, Boolean search is very effective. Like say, if I write program manager or product product manager, or say product manager. Now this or is kind of, it will give both a program manager and product manager if you search in the people. Okay, so see, you can see 40,000 has become much higher as search result. So you can see here, and product manager both will come. Now how to remove this? And if you kind of, these are two search string. If I give 3 or 4, it becomes really difficult for someone to write it. So I have one tool, guys. You guys will be getting this link. This is the first tool which you can use directly. Suppose say job titles, I want program manager, write program manager here. This is the job title which I don't want. Say I don't want product managers. Lot of people in the headline they give program manager slash project manager slash product manager. So I don't want project managers. I only want program managers. There is a difference between program and project. That's a separate topic. But say company names you want to include here. Say I'm including Amazon. I'm including Microsoft. Okay, then I'm including say Apple, and the company names which you don't want to include. Like say if I am including say TCS, I am not whatever the reason be, I am not searching for TCS at this moment. General keywords to include, this is the most important, where you can include some keyword, you can exclude some keyword. Like I was mentioning that I don't want the technical program manager part. Okay, so I am writing technical over here, and boom, you can see this has already created this automated Boolean string. If you put this here, and it will give you the search result. See, this is a very say niche search result 1883, which would be much kind of your targeted search result. And then you can kind of figure it out whether it's the first so you can see only the second connection or third connection has come. So this is one very important hack, or a very powerful hack which I use to whenever I kind of try to figure out who will be the best people or targeted people. This way you can drill down your targets to multifold. Let me know if you guys are if you guys have understood the Boolean search part. Now the next part. So you have found that whom you will be connecting to. Okay. Now the kind of very important part is that you have to use custom message. Please don't directly send a say directly connect message. No, please. Every time you should be using a custom message, and there are a lot of good kind of resource from where you will be getting a good amount of custom message. Example, I will be sharing you one. Let me open this one. So this is one area, means one website or one of the kind of resources which I find really good. You can find lot of good custom messages here. Okay, so you can use this kind of as a, hi, I admire your work, or we are part of the same LinkedIn group, or a recruiter. Okay, this is absolutely important that you kind of use a particular personalized connection request, not a standard one, or even not a standard one. Say hi, standard one is hi X, I would like to connect you on LinkedIn. Please don't use that, please. Okay. Now third one is this is a very kind of, one second. Yeah, so you will be researching and sending the job ID. This is very important, guys. What you need to talk to them. Please don't say comment, say I need a job, or please don't send that hi sir, hi ma'am. Means is there any opening in your company? Please help me with a referral. Guys, there are a lot of opportunities you can find on LinkedIn or even Amazon job site. Please take out the that job ID. Please take out the job ID. So I'll tell you how to find out the job ID. Suppose this is one JD. You please go at the below. Don't take this A. Only take the numbers after
Saranya,
A.
some people are requesting for increasing the sound a bit.
This is the maximum volume actually I'm having. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, 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 sir. You can keep mic closer to your mouth. I think that will
Correct.
work.
You just don't take this A and take the other numeric value and send this. So this would be the job ID for Amazon. Amazon doesn't include this A, but which are there in any every LinkedIn job post. Please remove this A and take this part, and you use this as your job ID and send to the hiring manager or send to the person you have connected, or you will be sending for referral request. Okay. Now you know about whom to connect, you know how to connect, and you know when the time has come. Say don't, please don't send on the very first day. Say after some time, after you have say interacted with him, or say commented on his post, or liked his post, or somehow you have connected with that person, then only send across this job ID. And you can say hi, this is the job ID I found, and this is for program manager. I believe or I trust my current profile is kind of a matching profile for program manager because of XYZ, that reason. A short note. Not only please only refer on this job ID. No. Okay. So this will help that particular person that you have done enough research on this particular job ID or this particular job area, and you are quite confident enough that your profile meets, and that will help him to kind of share your profile with the hiring managers. Okay. Now coming to the next topic, knowing the hiring manager. So how we would be knowing the hiring manager, and how would be knowing the interest level? Okay. So this is one important topic, how we would be knowing the hiring managers. So you have kind of gone through a lot of job hiring posts nowadays. Please comment here, or please like my post. I will review your profile. Those are fake, guys. Those are not say original. So you would be knowing that if a job post is original when that particular person who is posting or who is sharing is giving his or her email ID, official email ID. That is say abc@xyz.com. Like for me, say saranroy@amazon.com. That means that person is kind of sharing a genuine opening. When do say hiring managers post on LinkedIn or create a LinkedIn job? There are two, three reasons. At least in Amazon, when do we kind of create on LinkedIn or we share as a post on LinkedIn? First one is that we have tried inside, we haven't found that good candidates for that particular role. Second one is that we believe from LinkedIn we can get much better roles within that or against the internal candidates. Third and most important is that when a hiring manager is posting on LinkedIn, for sure it's kind of very means he is short on time. He has to hire much faster. So whenever a hiring manager is kind of putting that particular opening, depending of his say network, it will be closed with might be closed within 7 to 14 days. The interview part, then that particular person will join in serving after serving the notice period. Okay, So these are the reasons why a hiring manager joins or posts on LinkedIn, not only internally. Now, within that post, you can know that how much, say, what is the interest level for that particular hiring manager. There is a hack. I'll come to that. There is a hack on LinkedIn from where you will be finding the hiring managers who have posted, say, I want to hire for my team. Please drop me a mail on this email ID within last 30 days. So this will be very much kind of targeted. So if you are willing to go for program manager, so you will be searching only for the hiring managers who are program managers itself and who have posted within last 30 days that I need so few people in my team. So guys, here is a one point. You have to understand the difference between a hiring manager and an HR and a recruiter. In Amazon, HR doesn't have any kind of relation with hiring. In Amazon, we called it hiring, not recruitment. Okay, recruitment is something like we recruit sellers on Amazon platform, but we don't recruit people. We hire people. So in Amazon, the most important person for a particular job requirement we call rec. For a particular job rec, that is the hiring manager. Then second would be the recruiter. So recruiters are helping the hiring managers to get more profile. So recruiters always post on LinkedIn so that they can provide more profiles to hiring managers. Please don't connect to HRs because HRBP in Amazon kind of takes care of say employee welfare. They don't have any connection with hiring process. So always connect with the right hiring managers. If you are done with connecting with hiring managers, connect with the recruiters. Okay, clear? Now, how to get, say, you are already connected with or even not connected with an hiring manager, but say if you means if you want to somehow connect with them, he is not say he or she is not accepting your say connection. We have another hack or another tool by which you can directly get the email IDs whenever they have provided some email ID, and you can directly get the email ID, directly can send the say send the profile where that email ID is not present. I'll show you that. Suppose you are, this time let me use product manager. Okay, product manager in people. Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Say product manager, let's say I'm not giving the current company as Amazon. I'm keeping it open. So I got product manager at OnePlus, different, say Uber. Okay, different companies. Okay, now how to get these people's this set of people email ID? We have something called snof.io. Snof.io. This is very favorite tool of mine, and this is a very powerful tool. But guys, this is not free. At free of cost, you can search until 10 profiles per day, which is still not bad, to be honest. Okay. I'll show how to say crawl these email IDs. Suppose you are on this page, you have to install a say Chrome plugin. See, whenever you installed and you have clicked on this, whomsoever is kind of selected over there, everyone's is already selected. As I said, this particular free, this is a free account, and you can get until say 10 or 15 profiles. Okay, you can create here a new say product, say product management, and you can find. See, you can give one to as many because it's a free profile. Anyway, I'll be getting only up to 10. See, this will search for all the people who have given say anywhere some email ID. Not only LinkedIn, guys, it will search the whole web space. It will take some time.
Hello, sir. Before this actually, before the search actually completes, I have a doubt. So let's say that what might be the success rate of this, sir? Because I've been using LinkedIn from past, like I've been working for like past 6 years, and then I've been applying for various jobs. I've been connected with a lot of people, but most of them are whatever happens within the national companies. Like my previous organization, everything was like with the local stuff itself. But when I want to work for some international companies like Amazon or Apple, and excluding, as you previously showed us, right, TCS and the other companies, like what might be the success rate if I start using all this?
Yeah. So first of all, I don't have any grudge against TCS guys. Okay. So yeah. So this success rate, this is a very good question actually. So this tool is such powerful tool that it will give you the email IDs which they think absolutely genuine, and they will also tell that these email IDs we have scrapped, but these are not that genuine. So if I open here, and it will kind of categorize. Okay, one
Yes, sir.
second.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. So this will categorize between the email IDs which are already say in use or which are already expired. So this is the kind of very unique feature of this particular tool. It will categorize between three different categorization. First one would be the email ID which are working at this moment. Second one would be email IDs which are not very sure whether working or not. Okay, the target means the success rate or whatever open rate you are calling, that would be say around 50%, and they will also give you that these are not functioning. So please don't select those to send your profiles. Okay, I
Alright.
am kind of running out of this for this particular profile because
Yes.
I'm using this thing free template. I can do one thing. At the end of the session, I will open with another say new account, and I will try to scrap. Okay.
Yes, it
So
shouldn't be a problem, sir. Thank you so much.
yeah. So basic thing is that here you will be getting all the email IDs, and it will be say separated in three different categories. Okay.
Right, sir.
Snob.io. Yeah, Snob.io, and there are two or three other tools also, but I actually prefer Snob.io a lot because it's a kind of whatever it has given to me, and people have actually opened. Because I have another tool which will help you to know about whether that person has opened your CV or opened your email or not. Okay, cool. I'll come to this at the end. I'll show you how to get the email ID. Cool. Now moving ahead. Now you are shortlisted, right? How to prepare for your interview. So in the shortlist part, you have learned whom to connect, how to send the automated message or say different customized message. Then say who would be the active for last few days, and how you will be taking the job ID from LinkedIn, and you will be say requesting for referral. Now suppose you are shortlisted, how you would be preparing for that particular interview. And this is the main say soul of this webinar. Okay, JD, when the JD becomes very important, because you know that I'll take say again program manager role. So there are a lot of different type of program manager role in Amazon. Say supply chain program manager, but supply chain specialist, not supply chain manager. Then program manager like me, VAT. Then program manager VAT services for me. Then program manager different. Say even operations, under operations also you can find different program manager when a particular operation manager has to manage an end-to-end program. So program manager is a vast category, and it can have multiple different domains under program manager. Okay, so that's why this JD becomes important. Another importance of this JD is it will depict which all LP means leadership principle. So in Amazon, you must be knowing that we have 14 leadership principles, which are very important. So out of these 14 leadership principles, which are very much or absolutely important for that particular JD, that is one of the major or important things while you prepare for that particular interview. let me open a JD. Suppose, yeah, let me take this JD. You guys can see this, right? I will increase the screen a bit. So this JD is a, say, program manager L4, say entry level JD. I have taken randomly one. Here you can see is how you would be knowing whether it's an L4 or L5, L5 or L6. So program manager can have L4, L5, and L6. At L7, it becomes senior manager. Okay. Now you can see from here, it's asking for 3 to 5 years of experience. That means it's L4. Anything up to say 8 to 10 years, that would be say L5. Anything more than that, it's a L6. Okay. Few of the colleges offer L6 right away from the college, but if you try say externally, getting L6 would be a bit difficult with 8 years of experience. Okay. Now here, if you can see very closely, simplifying operational and financial complexities. So simplifying and using innovative. Which LP is important here? Invent and simplify. Now say, sorry, my voice is a bit low today. I'm sorry for this. Now say statistical analysis models to predict something, or say data-driven decision making, okay, or perform detailed analysis. These are all deep dive example, because detailed analysis means you are diving deep. You are kind of peeling off onions to know the root cause. We call it root cause analysis, RCA, right? So deep dive is the important deep dive, and invent and simplify are the major two important leadership principles. So first thing, guys, when say when you see a JD or job description, first skim through that JD. If possible, if you have someone known in Amazon, approach to him or her. If they can kind of come up with that, after skimming that JD, they can tell that these are the top 2 or 3 LPs which are important for this role. Now coming to your interview preparation, because 14 LPs, and it will be very, very difficult for you to prepare 14 LPs. It's very important for you to know which are the important LPs. Okay. Now how we will be taking, preparing this. So each and every LP, they will be asking few of the questions, say scenario based questions. Okay, this is a very unique and different set of experience in Amazon. They ask you some say case. It's very rare though, but they will never ask you some random say riddles. No, never. They will not ask you random say coding or like that. No, if it is that particular job role is requiring to code for coding or programming, they will do. Apart from that, for a non-tech or from a even at tech program manager level, they don't go for that that level of programming, to be honest. Okay. But what is important is that to understand the different structure or different phases of Amazon interview. We call that whole experience as loop. So one Amazon loop, depending on the level, it will have either say 3 or 4 or 5 rounds of interviews. Few of the cases for bit higher roles, it can even go up to 7 rounds. Unfortunately or fortunately for me, it went to 7 rounds. First round will always be a phone screen. Ideally, hiring manager himself or herself will take that. This is your first level of filtering, whether you at all kind of match with the Amazon culture. Okay. Second would be second to say fourth, 2, 3, 4, or 5. These 4 or 5 rounds of interviews, it will be absolutely face-to-face online. We call it on-site interview. After phone screen, we call it on-site interview. In the on-site interview, you have to fly down to say Bangalore or Hyderabad. At this moment, it's happening virtually, but in normal instances, it will be at their office. So you will be they will book your whole day. They will fly you to that particular location, and there will be 4 or 5 back-to-back 1-hour session, giving 1 hour say in between lunch break. These 5 sessions would be say mainly say 3 or 4 out of these 5 would be same org or same department where this particular opening is for, and one would be a neutral or a related or a sister department who will come and check your overall fitment. Okay, so if you I take say 4 round of on-site, you will be taking 1 plus 4 5. And if you are say working with US or working with UK or European countries, suppose I work with Luxembourg, which is the headquarter of Amazon Europe, like Seattle is the headquarter of Amazon US. So one round actually happened, one person from Luxembourg, he took my interview. That's the added interview round. If you're working for Amazon.in, that will not happen. So total 5 rounds, and at the end there will be one bar raiser round, and it is the most important round in the whole loop. Bar raiser round means this particular round the person is much more experienced. A bar raiser can only be bar raiser if they have almost say 100 more than 100 interviews, and before being on bar raiser this is 2.5 years of say 2.5 years of training. So not every day they are going through that training, but it's a lengthy process to become bar raiser. I have actually applied, and someone else, some other bar raiser have to nominate you to become bar raiser. So bar raisers are those people who in and out can understand now what is happening in an Amazon interview. Cool. Now this person, what he or she will be seeking from you, the overall Amazon feedback, and he will see whether you are better than the 50% of the current one or not. And this is really important, where you have to increase the bar. How? Your experience or your stories, we call it LP stories or leadership principle stories. Your stories should be such complex that it matches that level. If you are applying at L5, your story should be L5 complexity. How to know about that L5 complex, whether my stories are L5 complexity or not? It requires some time, and it's a complete so there would be needing of a workshop for that. I can't say discuss in 1 hour, but there are definite say ways to find out whether my story is coming as L5 complexity or not, or L6 complexity or not. Okay. Second thing is that whether you are overall say fitting to that particular role. Then this BR also have that capacity to kind of overturn a hiring manager's decision. If say out of 6 people, one is BR, and there are, say, remove that phone screen, there are 4 people on site. Out of that 4 people, say there are 3 people who are inclined for a candidate, or say 4 people who are inclined for a candidate, and bar raiser, whatever the reason being, he is not inclined, then that bar raiser had that veto power to in fact reverse each and everyone's decision. But there is one debrief session which happens after interview leave, where all these 5 people will come and gather, and they will discuss and they will present their points, and these people can in fact say influence that bar raiser, unless that bar raiser is a strong no hire. There is something called strong hire, inclined, not inclined, and strong no hire. If that person is strong no hire against that candidate, means bar raiser, no one can change his or her opinion. But if that person is not inclined and the rest of the people are inclined, or say 3 out of the 4 people are inclined, then you can kind of convince, or you can not convince, you can present your data and anecdotes to prove that yes, these are my points. You can say recheck your outcome. Then that bar raiser will be happy to kind of change their outcome. So this is overall the structure of an Amazon interview. First is phone screen, second is on-site, third one is bar raiser. And phone screen will be 1 round, bar raiser will be 1 round, and on-site will vary from 4 to 5. For L4, sometime I have seen only say 3 on-site round. Okay, cool. And if you are applying for outside Amazon, it will be +1. Sometimes it will be +1. These are the interview structure. Clear till now? Please drop a comment clear. Then I will move to the next section. Guys, you are clear?
I have just one question. From the panel, can we know who is the bar raiser? The one who's taking the interview.
The last person will be bar raiser. So if you are, so this is the fun. If you are kind of passing out the hurdle of first phase, then only you will be invited for on-site. And for the on-site, you have to be at least 2 people have to be inclined for you to reach to the bar raiser round.
Oh, okay, okay. So that means I need one more yes to finally get selected.
No, this is yes or no. If you are no, you are not even going here. If it is yes on screen, then you are going at on-site, right? Now suppose at on-site there are 4 people, 4 interviews you have given. Out of 4, 2 people have given yes, okay, and 2 people have given no. Then you are entering to bar raiser. 3 people, 4 people yes, you are entering to bar raiser. If one person is yes, all the 3 are no, or if no one has given yes, you are not even entering to bar raiser. Your journey ends there only. But if 2 or more people have given yes, then you don't need another yes. Bar raiser, you need another bar raiser. After bar raiser, all the say 4 or 5 people will sit somewhere and see. After bar raiser, they will come up with your positive or negative points. If someone is feeling that your negative points are making a trend, that means say multiple people are talking about a same leadership principle you are weak at, then bar raiser will get a say red flag. Even I have seen these cases where bar raiser had been yes, but after debrief it has been a no call because other people have convinced or have shown some data and anecdotes that bar raiser has so reversed his or her decision.
Okay, okay, very nice. Thank you.
Ultimate at debrief, the whole decision would be taken. Okay.
Okay.
Now coming to
quick question: is this process similar for all the levels, L6, L7, L8 also, or just for?
This process is absolutely similar for all the levels. Only difference would be number of interviewers.
Okay. So if you go, if you sorry, last question, follow up. If you go and if you do all the rounds on site, which includes the bar raiser, which means that initially don't get a call. What has happened there? What could the possible outcome be?
No, bar raiser doesn't happen on the same day of on-site.
Oh, okay, understood.
And it will not be face-to-face. It will be on a Skype call, or we call it Chime. So in Amazon, it's a similar to Google Meet. That's why I'm not very happy with this Google Meet. I always use Chime. So it will be a Chime interview. Okay. Good.
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you.
Yeah. So now let's say taking a let's dissect a sample question of Amazon. This I have taken a real-time Amazon question, and we'll go how we will be kind of answering. What would be an ideal answer for that particular sample question? Okay. I know guys, you will be having a few questions on that. Please hold on for these questions for say at the end on this topic, because this probably would be the most challenging part of the webinar. You have to understand that properly. So before starting with that, so never ever try to map any LP or leadership principle with the question. Lot of times I have seen these people are kind of mugging up all these stories. Okay, they know these are the 14 LPs, and they have written say 2 or 3 stories against each and every LP. Any question you kind of throw to them, they will start. No, don't do that. Don't try to map to a LP. It's the interviewer's duty to map the LP, not yours. And sometimes there are a lot of tricky questions which you will be not be. It would be very difficult if you are outside from Amazon to map that particular LP. Okay. Now, before coming to star format, I'll tell how to say, this is a very common question, why Amazon? I get a lot of questions for this particular question. Sir, how would be I answering this why Amazon question? So guys, there is no one fits all rule for this particular thing. For me, it has been say e-commerce. I have played on that particular strength. Everyone which you means depending on your CV, which particular role you would be applying, it would be absolutely related to that particular role. Why Amazon? So that's why even say when I prepare someone for say 4 days, I take some advanced course, that 4 days also I never kind of teach someone why Amazon. So tell me about yourself and why Amazon. You guys have to prepare on your any LP related question. I'll prepare it. So mapping to LP. So let's take this one sample question now. Okay. Suppose this is a dive deep question. Okay. Walk me through a big problem or issue in your organization that you have helped to solve. Simple question. Like a question where these people are asking that where you have done a proper say dive deep or a root cause analysis. Okay. How you would be answering these? I think a lot of you are already knowing this star format, but still for those who don't know, I will repeat. S is the situation, means the context. T is the task in hand. That means what is the business problem, what problem you are solving. A is the action, what did you do. R is the result, or what has been your impact, or sorry, what has been impact of your action or result. This is star. Okay, and you have to answer in star format in each of the question. Period. I'll take say 5 minutes to go through this question. Suppose the same question answer. If I would have given this in Q3 29, suppose I am changing my say department in Amazon only. Okay, someone has asked me in Q3 2019, say TP90 is top percentile 90. TAT you know that timeline between two action was say for something was 81 days. So these I have given the context when it occurred. So in Q3 2019 it was 81 days. Problem in hand was finding the root cause of higher TAT in visa funnel. Okay. What did he do? So action. This is the action part. Okay. Mr. X or I, whatever, Mr. X have proactively dived deep to find out the root cause. How did he find out? He used Pareto analysis to identify the top 20 drivers or offending SPs. Means the slow SP means sellers. Through this exercise, he observed that this is this. For Poland, it was plus 150%. For some UK, it is plus 325%. So he is talking about, I have done a Pareto analysis. For few of the countries, the sellers are moving very slow. So this is basically when they are applying for VAT number and when they are getting the VAT number. The time difference between these two were really high last year. So he was doing this. Now he found out, say Poland is very slow, but Poland sellers are not very rich sellers, or their GMS is not very high. So why do we don't even touch the Poland sellers and we only go for the UK sellers who are highly productive sellers for Amazon? This is the action. Now result. These findings were fundamental in building a prioritization model. That is the first time. So that was very new time that time. Okay, they only started Q2. So within 1 quarter, they couldn't find out any prioritization model. These particular say root cause finding actually helped, or that was the base or fundamental thing to build the prioritization model. All his proposals helped the team to reduce TAT from 81 days to 59 days. This is the most important comment in the whole answer. So result will always be, you have to quantify that result. Either it from A days to B days reduction, or it's in productivity X percentage to Y percentage increase. So either it will be A days to B days reduction, or X percentage to Y percentage, or X to Y increase. Either of reduction or increase of this thing, but you have to quantify the answer. If you can't quantify any answer, please don't mention that during the interview. Simple. Okay. Now the next part. say few of the things probably I have come up or I have kind of given an idea, but I haven't shown. Because see, for 1 hour for me to show those things, it's very, very difficult, to be honest. Okay. So what do we do in the if we take, say, if we take in the workshop and an advanced workshop, how do we use that? We kind of help the students to automate the job searching. So these all job search I kind of shared or I can show on the LinkedIn or say Amazon career website. You can automate your job search, which would be your personally say relevant ones. How to stand out in the application. See, a lot of people will be applying, right? Even you will be going to a lot of hiring managers for referral. How to kind of stand out in that application line, how to kind of influence that hiring manager to check your CV for at least once. See, getting interview call is the most important in Amazon. Difficult part is cracking the interview, but the most important part is getting a call itself. Okay. Now I have one hack where you will be, so you have learned about Boolean search. Now there is another type of search, we call it X-ray search, by which you can search any damn profile on LinkedIn without buying premium. Premium takes around, say, go down to 3,000 per month. You don't need to buy that. You can search for unlimited profile. Then I talk about the different 500 connections which you should be connecting, and this is absolutely based on your profile. Not only 500, not only random 500 connections, but who are the active, means who have posted about, say, I'm hiring for my team in last 30 days at least. There are some hacks to find that also. Now the most kind of automated one, the most popular automated hack is sending the connection request automatically. You don't need to send one by one. No. You can't send. You have to build at least 15K of your LinkedIn connection. And those are chosen. Those are targeted 15,000. So every day you can send 100 automated requests. And you don't need to set up. You can set up only once in a week. And every day it will be sending for you hundreds of requests, not randomly. It will be targeting those people who you have chosen, and it will send the custom messages also with their name every time, and everything will be automated. Okay. Another tool or another hack, suppose you know Akhil Saxena. He is one of the very kind of popular faces on LinkedIn from Amazon. How to know about Akhil Saxena without even talking to him, in and out? How you should be approaching them? What would be your mail, say, body? What Akhil likes about in life? Everything, every damn. So it's a kind of X-ray of that persona. You would be knowing. There is a hack. And there are a lot of other tools like these different, not only Boolean, there are a lot of other automations tools also you can use to increase your chance of getting shortlisted first and then getting referred first. See, in Amazon, we as an hiring manager for any role at L5 or L6 or L4, we get 200 to 300 profiles. We are not in Canada. In Canada, they get only 10. We get 300 or 400. And there is an option to filter those 300 or 400 profiles to filter by referring. If someone has referred that particular profile within Amazon, the chances kind of increases like hell. Okay, so these would be the next steps which I kind of teach in the 4-day workshop, because it's not feasible for me to kind of teach within 1 hour. So any question, guys? Sorry for my voice. It's kind of almost choked. Any question? I will quickly take. I'll pause for 10 minutes. I will quickly take.
Hi, Sharanya. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Sharanya, thank you so much for hosting this. I really appreciate it. My name is Tibin. I'm from US, and I've been a part of Amazon for my internship. I interned with Amazon in Tennessee as a Pathways Operations Manager, and then I'm currently working as a business analyst in Minneapolis. and thinking of going back to Amazon, like getting into interviews. So I've applied in their website. So I have one question for you regarding applying for multiple jobs. So obviously I'm interested in program management and looking at it. And as you mentioned earlier, there are a lot of supply chain opportunities and there are a lot of like buckets that you can apply to, right? And I'm looking at referral. So how do I go about multiple roles to apply? Should I go through one single referral, or should I be looking at the specific team that is hiring and then like targeting my message towards them and going through that? Or how would you recommend going with multiple roles is my question.
Good. So I kind of recommend my students 3 profiles to kind of prioritize. One would be P0, P1 and P2. P0 is your absolute matching, which is you are very much interested also. Okay. And you have to have 3 sets. So we probably kind of in MBA colleges, we already know about these drills that we have to have say 2 or 3 sets of different types of CVs. Okay. Now, how are we finding those roles? One is it's absolutely needed that it should be very much to your experience level. Okay. Like say if my experience is that I am say having experience in consulting also and few in e-commerce, but I didn't have any experience in VAT. Never. Then why Amazon kind of hired me in VAT services? Amazon didn't hire me for my VAT services experience, no, but I have program management for long. So you have to look for the particular job title, not only that particular say domain. But here from supply chain, if you are from supply chain, for you the better role should be say pathways or even supply chain managers, even program management or say program manager in supply management, supply chain management. Okay. These 2 or 3 that I actually teach in my detailed say I take say 1:1 classes also, where I'll be going through your CV. And there is a tool in that's another hack. There is a tool which will tell that how much how good is your CV at the moment, okay, in terms of Amazon or in terms of any targeted or goal, say your dream company. Then from there I build the CV and then I go to 2 of my Amazon internal tool, which for obvious reason I can share. I can't share now. But in that tool, you can see lot of so when you pass on your say your targeted profile, it will give within Amazon which are the topmost say business title or job title which are open at this moment active.
Got it.
You can get top 3 of those. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you so much for the answer.
Sure.
Saranya, I have one question for me. Like people who are doing the executive course from the IIM Lucknow, so how they can be at par with the people who are like regular IIMs, and what advantage they can play in the interview? Because landing to the interview and landing yourself as among the people is easy because that you can play. But once you are there, how you can make sure that you have the advantage? Because what I feel like the experience is the only thing that you can show. But if you can give your expert tips on that.
So one thing is that we in India, we have a very wrong conception of executive MBA. Okay.
Right.
1 year, if it is full-time MBA, it's not an executive MBA. Even they call it PGPX, NBX, EPGP, or all those. Executive MBAs are those which are say weekend MBAs.
Right.
Leaving your job and joining a full-time program, that can't be an executive. So that's an experienced, say that's an MBA for experienced one. Like the minimum criteria would be say 5 years or 4 years, like that. That's actually an advantage, to be honest. So Amazon prefer those who have good amount of experience. That's why this 1 year MBA they will only hire at L6.
Okay.
They don't hire, but I know few of the colleges where they go for only L4 and L5.
Okay. And what about the people who are doing the weekend MBAs? What are the chances for them?
Yeah. If they are weekend MBAs, yes, still there is a chance. But to be honest, I'll be very upfront here. Chances are not that high with respect to the full-time MBAs. Okay. But how you will be managing that gap. You will be managing with the proper CV and experience that you have to show.
Okay.
If you can show that hiring manager, will see your hiring manager will be having your CV. So CV is your one pager or two pager, right?
Right.
If you can feel that you have that material or you that experience, they will obviously give you that value. Yes,
Just
Apple go for the good colleges for sure, but it's not 100% that always they will be taking for good colleges. I have myself been hiring manager. We don't only see for the good colleges. No.
Okay. The only thing with the weekend programs is that the people have a different background. They are not from a technical program manager or the product manager. They are generally the people who are trying to switch their job. So for them, it is difficult on both the end because they're not a regular MBA. And secondly, their experience is also not matching. So for them, any tips?
No, there are a lot of non-tech roles. Lot of non-tech roles. In fact, in manager in Amazon, I would say 35 to 40% roles are tech roles. All other roles are non-tech. So there are supply chain, operations. Operations is huge in India. If you see Bangalore and Hyderabad, operations, there are a lot of operations role in Hyderabad, Amazon, Hyderabad, and Bangalore.
Hi, Saranya.
Okay.
Saranya,
Thank you.
can you hear me? This is Suresh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Saranya, I'm from purely technical background with around 20 years of experience, and I don't have any MBA. I'm only, senior technical management or senior technology architect. These kind of, areas that I'm actually looking at. Still, MBA is required to be part of Amazon at management level.
To be honest, see, my manager, I'll give you this example. Can you give me 1 minute? Yeah, so my manager is exactly from kind of your profile, 25 years of experience without MBA. He is still at L7 level. So a lot of times I have seen, and it's a very fact that if he would have been having a MBA, he would have reached by L8 by this time. So MBA kind of buys some years for you. That is the thing. See, business knowledge you would be having the same with part of, after 20 years you would be having almost the similar kind of. You have seen a lot of things, right? So only difference would be from a MBA and non-MBA perspective. That would be, say, you would be bit slow in growth. So at this moment, with 20 years of experience, you will be joining at L7 role, and you will be taking, say, another 7-8 years to reach to L8, which otherwise would have been much faster.
Yes, Saranya, just for the benefit of other people, can you share the details of workshop? I think it's there in the next slide.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, guys, so a lot of people are asking about workshop, which Saranya had mentioned that what is the structure of it and how do we do it. So basically, Saranya, we have done along with Saranya one similar workshop before, and we had very good kind of feedback, which Saranya showed in the previous slide. So the way it is structured is, the workshop is, there are 3 phases to it. The first phase is basically what Saranya has showed initially, the sourcing of people, right? So we'll be talking about how to optimize our LinkedIn profile, how to connect, hacks for connections, hacks for content, what content should be right, and how do we, add people, hiring managers, what Saranya has said about, X-search and all those things, right? So that is the first phase of the session, and which is a group session, which will be for around an hour, and the price for which is 599 INR. So this is a mandatory. If you choose to take all, this is the mandatory phase 1 of the workshop. Then second phase of the workshop is spread across 2 days, where Saranya will talk more, tactically about the resume walkthroughs, the actual interview questions, dissections, how to prepare for it, FAQs, and different important leadership principles for different roles. And maybe, depending upon your, interest, all those things he will cover in that second phase, first day of the workshop. And the second phase, second day of the workshop, will have a lot of hacks around job search and a lot of automation. What Saranya has mentioned, that you will be able to connect with people a lot. through using those automation tools. So that will be the second phase, which is spread across 2 days. And the individual price for that 2-day workshop is 1799. And then there is one workshop, or it's actually an individual session with Saranya on a one-on-one basis, where Saranya will review your resume and also have a interview with you, and will give you a detailed feedback so that you can really get to know what kind of questions are asked, right? So and the individual price for that is 2,999. So but if you're paying for all 3 phases of workshop, the total cost will be 4,699, and it is including everything. There's no tax, nothing. This is the thing. You can actually choose to take first session first, and then later decide on to take the second and third phase of the workshop. Vishal, can you put that link so that people can understand? And you can also ask questions in this workshop from the chat or to Vishal. He will be able to answer it. The way we have structured it in this manner, so that you can get a hang of workshop initially in the first day, and then even if you want to later kind of take second and third phase of the workshop, you can take it. It's very flexible, and it's actually designed in keeping you guys in mind. And it's not, we don't consider this as just an Amazon workshop. I mean, this is something which you can apply pretty much to a lot of big companies, and you'll have a very good profile also. So take this in that spirit. So Vishal, can you please post that?
I have shared the link and details of the workshop in the chat section.
Yeah. So just Vishal has shared that link. So you have 2 options. Either you can register for entire workshop by paying 4,699 in the below link, or you can register for phase 1, which is INR 599, and later on post this session you can decide whether you want to take the second and or third phase of the interview, workshop or not, and depending upon that you can pay for it. And prices are mentioned there as well, so you can do that, right? So yeah, Saranya, please go ahead. And you guys have any questions or anything, please do let us know so that we can clarify in this call itself.
Sure. Thanks, Alok. Yeah, thanks. I was getting a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, hi, Saranya. There is one question, which is asked by a number of people on the chat. It's other than the package. Like, does Amazon hire a candidate not with e-commerce industry? Like, if someone is from banking or healthcare?
Not at all. Not at all. So, someone is coming from bank is a very good candidate for Amazon Pay. Okay, so I have a very good friend whom I referred in Amazon. He has joined at L6 level Amazon Pay, and his whole life has been different banks like Citibank, he was then Bandhan Bank, different banks, and it's absolutely has no say previous experience in e-commerce. So guys, I actually have forgotten one topic here. I'll quickly let you guys know the pay structure of Amazon. I was no, it was not in that agenda, but I'll give you the overall view how Amazon Pay. So first one, there are 3 components in Amazon Pay structure. First one is the base pay that there is no fixed or variable in Amazon. Okay, there is only base, bonus, and share. So when it goes for or any kind of external hire, or it is going for campus, same structure, whether it's on campus or whether it's kind of hiring externally. So you can you probably have heard that Amazon is giving 55-60 lakhs per annum, very good handsome amount of money at the L5, L6, all those. How this 55 or 60 is getting calculated, and what exactly you would be getting at home after the month. First one would be base. Say I'm taking some say random numbers here for obvious reason. I'm not mapping to say level to level. Suppose your base is 20 lakhs per annum. You will be getting 2 years joining bonus. First one would be say 5 or 6 lakhs. Second one would be say 5 or 6 lakh. And there would be a say 20 Amazon say stocks. And actually it depends on time to time. If right now you are getting hired, the number of stocks would be much less, because right now Amazon share price is at its peak. Okay, so suppose I am taking say 20 as your base, and say 5 plus 5 is your joining bonus, so total it becomes 30, and say for sake 20 stock, so 20 stock at this moment it costs around say 40 lakhs. So total package would be 20 plus 10 plus 40. So it would be 30 plus 40, 70 lakhs. That will be the package CTC offered. But how much you will be getting after the month? So 20 you can divide upfront 12. So I'm not going to the tax part. 20 you can divide upfront 12. 5 you can upfront divide by 12 for the first year. Again 5 divided by 12 for the second year. This stock about this say 40 lakhs you will be getting in 4 years. First year you can vest up to 5%, second year next 15%, last 2 years means last 2 years of that 4 years is 40 and 40. This is a good lucrative way to kind of confine or kind of getting the loyalty out of a good candidate. At the same time, why Amazon packages are very lucrative, because then when say my brother has joined Amazon, it was only say around 50,000 per share, 50,000 INR. When I joined, it was around say 1.2 or 1.3 lakh per share per annum. And now it has become 2 lakhs almost. So this is the kind of exciting part of the perks or the salary structure of Amazon. I hope this is clear. Any question, you can let me know on this.
So Saranya, there's some question on chat. Maybe you can take those as well.
Yeah, give me 1 minute, please. During this time of Corona crisis, is Amazon hiring people from different cities going to travel? Yes, absolutely, they are hiring. In fact, Amazon's business has increased like hell, like crazy in last few months. Lot of people who used not to buy from e-commerce now are buying from e-commerce. Operations and supply chain management, and I would say kind of bit program management. These three have been means they are hiring like crazy in recent months. Does Amazon hire a candidate with non-e-commerce? Yes, I answered. Okay, I am a fresher, so how I can approach them and apply good job profiles? So freshers, and I don't know which college you are from. You should be targeting at L4 level. If you are from a good college. For the not so premier colleges, so I'm sorry about this, but Amazon follows this kind of thing. You would be at L3 level. And there are n number of jobs at L3 and L4 level, so should not be a problem. What happened to the what happens if the group collectively decides not to hire after the bar raiser? Yeah, then it's a no selection call, right? We don't hire the person. Does Amazon hire a candidate not with e-commerce? This thing. I'm marketing professional with note. I have a leadership hierarchy. Okay. So bar raiser can be from any level, guys. Bar raiser can be even an L5 can be a bar raiser. Okay. So L3, so L2 guys are like customer. L1, L2 guys are customer support, like who talk to us and who helps us to kind of troubleshoot the issues. L3 is kind of fresher. L4 from good quality, means good premier institute, freshers, or someone who is having say around 3 or 4 years of experience. Okay. Then L5, L6, L7 you become senior manager. L8s are directors. So in Amazon, L8 you can count in India in hand. So these are not that easily means available or easily achievable level. L8s I can count on hand in India. There is no L9 guys. So there is a myth that Amazon after 9/11 they have stopped putting anyone at L9. I still don't know whether that's correct or not, but I have heard from a lot of people in Amazon. So after L8 it directly goes to L10, and L10s are very few in Amazon. It would be say around 10 L10 max. Okay, then L11, L12, and there is only one person at L13. That is, no, sorry, there is only one person in L12. That is Jeff. Amit is an L11, who is the India Miss Amazon.in head. So if you are, say, ending your life, Amazon life at L8, I would say you are fairly successful. If you are exceptional, try for L10. L11, L12 is something which I would be saying it's kind of not L12. So L11 would be something which are absolute exceptional, or a lot of other factors like luck or being at the right place at right time. Those things actually matter. It is necessary to come from e-commerce. I replied, could you please share the 14 leadership principles used in Amazon? Harish, you can find it in Google. You can search for 14 leadership principles.
I've sent it in the below.
Okay, okay. Does Amazon hire a candidate not with e-commerce? Answered, is HR partner not a useful resource? Absolutely useful resource, but not in job search. The HRBP has they have lot of power. Okay, but not getting shortlisted. So they have other power in the sense that they will be helping you out with promotion. They will be helping you out with any kind of HR related policies and all. Okay. Okay.
Saranya, there's question about workshop. That in the workshop, would there be discussions around the use cases that could be presented and discussed in the interview, as it very specific to each profile?
So I actually work with 2 use cases individually. The last session, it will be 2 use cases I will be giving to each and every candidate. Those are very interesting one. Okay, can you please share entry-based salaries of L5 and L6? Saurabh, there are a lot of overlapping in salary, to be honest. I know personally, because a lot of my friends are in Amazon. I know a lot of L5s who get more salary than starting L6. So I can't say, but L5 level with a proper 7 years of this thing. So with 2022 would be your base, then you can add all those extra. So your overall becomes around 60, and you would be getting around 32 to 33 in hand, the pure money. Okay. If you have, if you are having 8 to 10 years of experience, full-time MBA, also an executive IM, then what is the chance of hiring? Yes, absolutely. See, 8 to 10 years of experience, full-time MBA, IM. So if you are meeting that particular JD, Yogesh, you are good candidate. In fact, very good candidates. Kaushik, if you need to find your hiring manager, why Amazon asks to apply on their websites? These are nice question, Kaushik. So unfortunately, we are in India, to be honest. Trust me, I have seen some of the very lucrative jobs where people didn't even apply in Canada or in those places, because their total number of people who are meeting that job criteria is much less than us. So Amazon has to have their website somewhere to gather the profiles. In India, we get n number of profiles, and trust me, 80 to 90% of the profiles are absolutely non-relevant. When someone is applying on their website by their own, they have seen one person has applied at least 40 to 50 roles. I understand the urgency. I respect that. When an hiring manager is looking for that particular profile,
Sharanya, Yogesh here. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm looking one answer from your end. Like, is there any restrictions to hire your vendor?
Would you mind if I complete this and I'll come to you? Cool.
Sure.
Yeah. So what I was telling. Sorry, I forgot.
You're saying that some of the applications are irrelevant.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
So being a hiring manager, I can see if you are say applying on my profile or my requirement, I can see where all you have applied, and this is an indication to hiring manager to go for that candidate or not. So never ever apply more than 3 to 4 profiles, and it should be relevant and it should be related. That means you are applying on program manager, you are applying on merchandising manager, you are applying on fashion retail manager, you are applying on category manager. Please don't do that. Then the impression will come to us or the hiring manager that this person is not absolutely sure about his profile. He is just trying out. Good.
Can I ask a follow-up on that? So when you are looking at a person, are you looking at all the applications for that person, or are you looking at a position and looking at all the applicants for that position?
Sorry, I didn't get this.
Oh, sorry. So when you are looking at at an application, are you looking at a person and looking at all the roles that he or she has applied to, or are you looking at a position and looking at like who all have applied to that role?
No. So we don't do that overall normal curve or kind of try to rank those, because we are in speed, right? So we get, say, whenever we get
Hi, Shalin. I had a question. I have a question for you. We are into e-commerce and we all are connected with each other, because I'm from the logistic and supply chain background, and being a banner, because we are giving services to Amazon also. So is there any restrictions to hire somebody who is still your banner?
Is there any chance for hiring who is still
your banner, like your service provider?
Oh, that rule is there or not, right? Means whether you are yourself a vendor of Amazon or not, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. This part I really don't know, to be honest. I have to check with the interview and I have to let you know.
So for an example, Sharanya, I'm from the logistic, and we used to give services to Amazon. We are providing vehicles and warehouse to Amazon in some of the locations.
That's okay. You are the seller, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that should not be, because a lot of Amazon employees are sellers itself, himself or herself. That should not be a problem.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So actually, I work with Amazon sellers, and we fear those people who are employee himself or herself. They kind of directly escalate to Jeff. Yeah. Any other question?
Yeah, Saranya, hi, this is Viksit this side.
Hi.
Yeah, I have one question. Like, I have already applied through a friend that like it was a referral, and since last I guess 1 week or so, my application status is under consideration. So I wanted to know exactly what does this mean in terms of Amazon, like they're reviewing the CV or they are like discussing the same with the with the hiring manager or recruiter. I wanted to know about this because the application is not moving and I already got the automated mails regarding submitting the final confirmation for like final details.
So trust me, if you're not going through an hiring manager path, or say if you know someone, if you have connected with LinkedIn, and then you have shared your profile with that ID, it's very difficult to convert. I'm not saying it is not possible, but it's absolutely difficult. And trust me, it's difficult. Now the thing, I will tell you why this doesn't move. It's not like that hiring managers are snob or not. No, hiring managers are actually getting n number of profiles. I can't show you my. There is a dashboard for hiring managers. For obvious reasons, I can't show you that. Any given time, you would be getting lot of profiles, and it's not absolutely feasible for that person to go one and one review. They will first go to filter. They will see that these 10 are referrals. They will go through the CV. If they like 2 out of those 5, they will send it to a recruiter for setting up for the interview. That's the exact reason, if you are not sending without a referral, and not only referral, without a known referral as an individual, it's very difficult for you to crack. Trust me, it's very, unless you are super lucky.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I have applied for at least 50 times before I joined, and out of 50, if you have now it's kind of not means it's old, but there are still 4 or 5 even after 1 year. They are still saying that under consideration. That's the funny.
Yeah, I think that has been my experience as well. If I just randomly apply, it just goes to under consideration and then no news. Yeah.
That's the exact reason you should be taking this workshop. That's a bridge. So you will be knowing exactly 400 or 500 odd against your profile. You will be searching. I will give the demo how to search. You will be searching, and you will be knowing only those who are active on LinkedIn. Then connect with them and then send the ID to them. Hey, Mr. X or Miss Y, whatever. Please check out this job ID and my profile. I believe that I'm a strong candidate because of XYZ reason. Drop a good note. Then they will look into that.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I think we can take some more questions. Like there's one question is how to build profile or skill set in line with Amazon profile.
Okay. Sorry. Where you can see this? I'm really.
Chat.
I don't like Google Meet at all. Okay. How to build profile or skill sets in line with Amazon profiles? Okay. Leadership principles, guys. You have to prepare on leadership principles. Every leadership principle should have 2 to 3 stories, but don't mug it up. That was my point there. It's not like that you should not be your own stories. Okay. You have to have very strong stories each for team principle, leadership principle. That is the one thing. I am when
Hi, Saranya, Gautam here.
hey, Gautam.
Saranya, I asked the question. Thank you for answering. Saranya, can you bit more elaborate that what kind of skills should we build, related to machine learning or such soft skills like supply chain management or operations related? If you're already pursuing an MBA, so what can you top up that MBA with the additional kind of skills so that make you stand out from the crowd?
See, exactly depend on that particular role where you are applying. So you can't be a program manager, supply chain, and data engineer at the same time. No. And machine learning is only relatable to data engineer in yes, it's good that you know SQL or say R or Python or whatever, say Tableau. That's good. But only in the data engineer or data scientist, those position or BI or BA, those position would require proper machine learning. In program manager, no. So you have to first think which all profiles you would be targeting. If your dream job role is say business analyst, go for so in the JD only you will be finding which all say tools you would be needing to learn, whether it's R, Python or Tableau. Tableau is one thing which is very popular, but we use something called QuickSight. It's our own Tableau. Okay, so but it's very good to learn R, Python or R or Python, one of those, or Tableau. If you're looking for something related to business intelligence, we call BI or BA role. In program manager, non-tech program manager, you have to be very good with Excel. Trust me, Excel is the best software in the world. Period. Nothing else.
Yeah, it's a bit underrated, but
Absolutely. Your everyday will if you are at program manager level, if you are having your team, so I have 25 teams at 25 member team. So out of that, 3 or 4 dedicated BIs for me. I can go to them anytime for data. I know R myself so that I can verify whatever they are giving. I can keep see their data, but I means on a daily basis I don't need to. I can't because I don't have time also.
Okay, then Saranya, then for a non-tech role, what kind of skill set should we build? Like if you don't have operations or that kind of skill set for that scale at which Amazon operates.
Operations go for say supply chain is a very good sorry Six Sigma is a very good certification. They value that also. I have heard this that Amazon doesn't put that value on certificate, but trust me, I have seen myself lot of JDs containing these words. Supply chain sorry is Six Sigma from a reputed institute in Six Sigma. It would be an added advantage. So if you are looking into say operations, you can go for those.
Guys, Vishal just told me that some people are facing some problem with the link of payment. So if you guys are facing any problem, do put in the chat only so that we can quickly resolve it. Thanks.
Hi, Saranya, Viksit this side again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to know like if a candidate is currently in a non-e-commerce background, to be very specific, in a insurance background, what are the chances of getting through at least the interview part, or like what are the probability of insurance background?
there are some program management into insurance background also, means program management insurance. So Amazon have lot of insurance with their sellers. Okay, so those are the bit niche roles, but those are the roles you can target.
Okay. Okay.
Saranya, there's a question from Shelly. She's been asking, I think, continuously. Maybe you
Sorry.
can, yeah, you can answer that.
What are the prospects for marketing jobs at Amazon currently? Okay, for for a candidate with 2 years of premium university outside India, also considered at par. Yes, absolutely. So, Shelly, thanks for asking. Marketing is a very popular job in Amazon. We call it GTM, go to market team. Okay, so we have lot of open roles. I can we can show you, using the internal portal, we can also show you which are different roles available at this moment in the market. 2 years, yes, I would probably recommend you to start with L4, because see, it's not about only being very fast to reach L5. The grill you would be getting L4 and then you will be reaching L5. That's worthy. That way you will be reaching to L6 from L5 would be much faster. So it's not always bad to join at the proper thing. So you dream big, but don't dream unnecessarily very fast to reach somewhere. It's rather than you go through that process to learn a lot of billing. Coming to your premium universities, absolutely they give as means I have say colleagues from INSEAD, from say HEC Paris, IE Business School, so they actually value those a lot.
Hello, Saranya. Shelly this side. Thank you for answering my question. Well, actually, I have like other candidates as well who are currently available in this chat with you. So I have applied to many roles with a referral and with a strong referral, not a strong referral, but a friend of mine. But not once has my application moved to from under consideration to actually getting an interview call. So, I mean, I have been getting reviews about my profile that it's very well suitable. Also, I've applied for go-to-market roles also. But as of now, on LinkedIn as well, I mean, I have personally not found any Amazon posting such a role. So, do you think keeping a tap on Amazon jobs would be a much more better, strategy to fill the application at the right point of time, and then following up with the concerned hiring manager would be the right strategy for me?
Uh, nice, good question. So only problem is that you probably don't have the access of hiring managers, so that you can use this workshop, right? So you can use this LinkedIn. On LinkedIn only you will be getting access. A lot of hiring managers would be say posting about their jobs. You can connect to them.
Okay.
So without hiring managers access, it would be bit difficult.
Okay.
So
Thank
I
you
can,
so much.
sure. I can,
Hi, Sanya.
okay, I'll quickly take a few questions from this
Sure.
thing, from chat. Sorry. Fresher top 10 B school, I have already answered. Ramesh, thanks for asking this question. Amazon aware of GoCrackit. So in the whole workshop, we will not be sharing anything which is not to be shared, to be honest. I can share only from the experience and knowledge. I'll not share any, say, internal tool or any recording of those also, or I'll not be using any internal advantage to kind of give you or pass it on you. So in that sense, anything which is available on public domain, we will be using that only in our workshop. Okay, this is Nishan's question. Any other question?
Hi, Saranya. Chandrakant this side.
So guys, only two questions last, please. It's already 11:10. I have to go back to work. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the session, Saranya. So I'll make it quick. I have about 8 years of experience into sales and business development. Studied from a premier school. I wanted to understand, since this field is mostly objective. So from Amazon's point of view, can you upskill yourself with certain certification or courses which will add value from a similar profile? So like there's affiliate marketing
in Amazon than their regular business development roles. So do they give priority to any particular skill set in which can be, acquired through a certification or studying for it, not from your work experience?
Yes, certification they do value, to be honest, but they value, like I mentioned, Six Sigma and all. Even PMP I have seen in some of the JDs that I have seen that PMP was also mentioned. So it's not like that they don't value,
But from sales, business development profiles, say a Six Sigma will not be relevant, right? So something in relevance to those functions.
Sales, I haven't, to be very honest, I haven't seen that importance of certification. I have few sister team who are into sales and account management. They look for candidates who are hardcore into sales, to be honest, not certification. In sales, certification hardly matter.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for spending the hour with me. If you have any more question, you can drop a note to Alok. He will pass it on me. I will answer.
Okay, guys. And also, just drop me a note, and we will definitely try to resolve all your queries. At the same time, if you want to dig deep and really prepare for Amazon jobs, or get some skills around how do you portray your profile or find recruiters, please do join this workshop. And if you have any doubt, Vishal and I are there in call for some more time around workshop. If you have any doubt, you can direct that to us. Thank you, Saranya. Thank you very much. Actually, you have spoken more than you have actually budgeted for, and I'm sure you are working very hard in Amazon, because I know you are working till very late. So thank you very much for helping out students, and thank you very much again, and thanks everyone to joining in and being engaged in the discussion. Thank you very much.